from this moment on, you'll never see this car this way ever again. So this is the suspension from the sedan that I took off, and this is the suspension from the coupe that I'm going to be putting on. I just want to remind you guys to like and subscribe because it lets me know that you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Now that we're in the engine bay, we're going to remove the pump, the reservoir, the hydraulic lines. Now that I got the pump out, let's go inside the vehicle. All right, we're under the car. Inside, you need to take this off to get to this piece right here. We're gonna take that bolt off. All right, so check this out. It's actually leaking out of the rack. Okay, so pretty much the rack is absolutely cooked. So I'm not gonna switch out the knuckles currently to these Willwood ones or the rear trailing arms. So I pretty much got the tie rods out, I got the ball joint out, take out the other exhaust clamp and the shift cable. Now that I got the shift cable and the exhaust out of the way, it's time to take the rest of these bolts out and get the subframe dropped down. All right, so now that I got this subframe out, I can go ahead and get this one here lined up. So I gotta switch this engine mount out and put it onto the new subframe. Now that I got this crusty engine mount here with that downstar hardware, let's put it back in the car. So I have the new subframe in place. I do have a couple bolts. I need to add the control arms and then I can start putting it back together completely. So here's the hardest part of this entire subframe installation is to get the splines into the U-joint. Alright, I got the lower control arm in, I got the tie rod in. Alright, I have the strut and the upper control arm out. Front suspension is completely in. Don't forget the cotter pins. Alright, I need to take this off, this off, this off, and add the subframe brace. So I have the new suspension on and man, it looks really good. Coil over, got the camber arm, got the control arms, got the subframe brace on both sides. And she's sitting pretty good. I should probably go just a little bit lower in the rear. Other than that, I need to set the camber. I need to do the alignment. So this here is the steering wheel that I'm gonna be using. This came off the coupe NRG quick release to a Tandeco deep dish 300 millimeter. I'm gonna pop this cover off. And there is a, I believe it's a T30 Torx. Same on the other side. Looks like that's already missing, but we're just gonna take those bolts off to get to the airbag. Once you have the bolts out, oh, well that's why the airbag light's on. I need to remove this bolt and then we can put the other wheel on and put the bolt back on. Got my old Snappy. Now that the bolt's out, I'm just gonna shake the wheel here until it comes off. So if you wanna keep this clock spring here, which I'm not keeping, I don't care, you need to take out 3 bolts, here, here, and right there. And then this console will come out, you can pull it off, and pretty much that's it. I will say if you plan on keeping your turn signals, you wanna keep this, because this allows you to run turn signals. The more you know. Got the wheel on, so I'm probably gonna end up switching the wheel. I actually really want like a Mugen wheel, period correct. So if you got one up for sale, hit me up. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to see more. So this is about as good as it's gonna get. It's pretty straight, but it's not perfect. So I would watch my other video. I can't drive this car too long because the head gasket apparently is blown. So Not a big deal because I am K-swapping, but just something to keep in mind. I'm gonna go for a short cruise and I really don't care if the motor blows up.